Hi, welcome back to another video of mine. Today I'm drawing my followers' OCs again, this time specifically One Piece OCs, so that's One Piece characters they created to live in the One Piece world. So this first one comes from Coconut Nancy. This character is called Rao from the Desert Tribes. He's an Arabasta royal guard and Vivi's personal bodyguard and secret lover, so that's why I drew here Vivi in some of these panels. This character is pretty cool. I like his design. I didn't really change too much about him, and I think I captured the energy quite well. As you can see, I fiddled a lot with it, and I wasn't too happy with that final character sheet, so I did like a little action pose of him here, and I think I did a good job. So hopefully you like this one. That is the spread. Not spread. This is the, all the drawings I did with the original design. So this next character is Jade. She's an official marine biologist and oceanographer of the Straw Hats. Her powers don't come from a devil fruit, but rather an ability passed down from her ancestors, and she's apparently Jinbei's daughter and a part of the Fishman royal family. Very cool. Now this next character is Atari Ilare, who is a Revolutionary Army doctor who has the cheetah fruit, and is nicknamed the Spotted Syringe. Now this character, initially I mistook it for a girl, so which is why I'm drawing her as a female. But the creator of this character let me know that actually it's supposed to be a male character, and I misgendered this character. And so I felt bad about that, and then I gave it another crack with those ideas in mind. So this is the second version of this character. Even though I thought I did good job with the previous design, this is more faithful to the original, I guess. It doesn't really emphasize the cheetah powers though, which is a mistake I did. So that's all of them all together. So next, this character is called Captain Gokai D. Blue, who is the captain of the Metal Fist Pirates and protagonist of the One Piece D&D the person who submitted this is a part of. He's a caring, strong, sympathetic, passionate character with an awesome devil fruit, which is a paramecia able to form robotic parts. And there's that drawing there. Next is an amazing character design. I saw this and instantly thought I had to draw it, and I had to do a full character sheet for this because what an amazing character design. Honestly, I was blown away. This is Ancora D. June, and yeah, just there's no information given aside from the photo, like the reference photos, but I saw a giant anchor, and I saw that awesome blue and orange Hari, and I was like, I have to draw this. So my headcanon for this character is that she's just massively strong. She has a bit of an attitude, but very emotionally open, and of course fights with a giant anchor. How cool is that? What a cool idea. I just had to draw all these different scenarios. They're just too cool not to do. Yeah, so coming up is the comparison with one of the references given and the version I came up with. Super happy with how this came out. Next is Alice Thorne, a marine captain with a defective plant fruit. She controls plants, but ends up coughing flowers because of it. She uses a scythe, and that is something that I love. Hot women using scythes, that is unmatched. So this person dates Lucci. She's flirty with a two-faced complex of not being enough. I think I did a good job at adapting this design. I leaned into that floral idea with the colors, the coat being green instead of the usual gold for Marines. I think works very well for this character. And I went with a more like elegant vibe with her fighting style. You can see that. Now this next character is called Atlanta. This was submitted by someone who told me that this character is Hancock's wife, who lives in Amazon Lily. The archaeologist and swordsman who possesses all three types of haki, is a lost daughter of Charlotte Lin, but Glorioso took her to the island as a child and she participated to become Empress of Amazon Lily. Cool character. But this person sent like 3 different character designs and I was like, which one do I follow? I just make up my own. So yeah, that's that. This next character is Bella. It looks visually similar to Nami. And initially the poster didn't give me any other context aside from these photos. So I was just like, okay, she's a Nami clone. But they gave us some new info, which is that she is someone who is of a fighting style called the Muay Thai of the Men of the Sky, was trained by her master Sporticus, which is a tribute to Lazy Town, and her life goal is to write a book about the adventures that she'll experience during the campaign that they're doing. And she's from a family of writers. She's adopted but still wants to carry on that legacy. And she's also supposed to be from the Longlegs tribe, but I wasn't able to capture that very well. She just looks like a regular person. She loves to fight, but only when it's fair, and she gets special powers through dials. And apparently she also has a Kamen Rider type form, which I also didn't get to capture here. But yep, that is Bella, this person's character. I did it twice, and I'm happy with how it came out. Next is a character called Fel. Now this character has the devil fruit power of hard light creation and manipulation, so it can make just about anything from hard light, aside from like living people and living beings, but can create any objects or creatures like animals and stuff, which is pretty cool. I like this character. I gave him like a kind of mech suit vibe for that bottom pose there. I thought it looks cool. Very, very nice. Here's a comparison with the original and my drawing. Next, this character is Kitty Pen. This character is a white cat mink that uses the Buki Buki no Mi, which means weapon fruit, as her main power set. She also loves collecting new weapons to add to that power set. And here, I basically kept the same design of the original, and I just made it a bit more in my style. Yeah, I think I did a good job at adapting this. It looks pretty like similar. It's just clean and with my style of shading. And initially I was really uncomfortable with the fact that the tail is like a pinkish skin color, so I wanted it to be brown, but in the end I did change it back to that skin color, just to make it more in character with the white cat mink idea. Now this next character is Falcon D. Leroy, who is the future king of the pirates and the protagonist of this person's own fanfiction. He has the Gum fruit, just like Luffy. And I did this character twice because I don't know, the first one felt a bit lazy, so I went for this more like a standard pose with a different hair color. See if I can mix things up a bit. But yeah, this character is a bit, I don't know, boring. Sorry to say. This next character is really interesting. Chinese zombie panda girl that this person drew when they were 15, and it was for a One Piece roleplay that never happened. This is the vice captain for the Sun Wukong pirates who ate the zombie fruit, meaning she's immortal unless her brain gets damaged. She likes to simp for hot men, and she has blue skin, which is inspired by the Jiangxi in Chinese mythology. Now this character was super fun to draw, super fun to adapt. I think I did a good job at capturing the characteristics described, and because I am also Chinese, I really liked doing this and capturing that Chinese heritage inside this character design. And yeah, I really like how this came out, and I think it looks great. That's the full character sheet, and that's the original design that they sent us. And that is what I came up with. Next, this character is called Kanji. Yeah, Kanji. And for this character, it is a failed Germa 66 clone. It was a merchant. He's more of a brawler, but wields a fairly long dagger with holes within the blade. and the interesting thing about this dagger is that when it's swung, the holes cause the dagger to make sounds, which the sounds can be amplified and turned into air slashes. Next is Ernesto. Now this is a lionfish fishman. He's the shipwright of his crew, but because he was a fishman, he was previously persecuted and thus wanted to hide his body and face with bandages. But he still uses scythes for combat along with his fists. He uses the bandages to fight alongside with his scythes. Yes, that's what I meant. This character, super cool. I didn't change too much from the original design, but I really want to emphasize those lionfish spikes, which I think are the most iconic detail of lionfish. So there it is, the comparison. Basically the exact same, just with lionfish spikes. This next character, they literally didn't include any special details. They didn't include a name, but is apparently a One Piece OC done by a person's friend who's supposed to be part of the Monkey family and a D member. Next, this character had no description, no name, nothing. This person sent in an AI generated image of this character, and I was like, bro, what the? Anyway, I thought it was a cool idea. Giant hair, uses brushes as a weapon. Yeah. That's cool. And then next we have a member of Ganderi, a race of sky people, whose wings are similar to Shandians, but his feathers are sharper. This person is part of a resistance group to free his island from oppressors. He has the Jara Jara no Mi, which is the chain fruit, is a punk musician whose main weapon is his instrument as well, which is a big hammer / drum. This character is super cool. Guri, man, I had so much fun adapting this design to kind of emphasize this character's traits more. I love doing this. I made his jacket more into a vest to go along with that punk aesthetic, punk idea. And yeah, I think it came out pretty good. I like how I drew the chain powers. Yeah, and then here is that final character sheet. I think it looks pretty good. Next we have Kai Shen, which there's no information given aside from his design, and I can kind of guess that he's some sort of dragon, but it's not specified. I like this design. I think it's kind of cool, especially with the details in his arms and then his hybrid form. But yeah, it's like, give me more, please. And then this is a Humink, which is a human-mink hybrid. This is Fergus, given to me by 1334 Galley. This character is originally supposed to be a black cat mink, but the person wanted to change the type of cat to something more visually interesting, which is some kind of brown cat. So spotted brown cat. So that's what I went for here. And actually, I had streamed this on Twitch when I was live, and the person who's this character belongs to came and joined me, and so he was able to give live time feedback for how this character design should be. So I think it came out very well. Now this last one, there was no original design. Actually, this person only included a Jolly Roger, and he says he wished he could draw him out, but these are the Wyvern Pirates, who are a group of pirates that love to cook and raid for food. This character has the dragon fruit model Wyvern, who is human and part cyborg, who's 35 years old and comes from the West Blue. So using that information, I kind of just winged it with this design. I'm not too happy with it, to be honest. I think it's kind of generic, but yeah, that's what I've done. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons for supporting me this month, and thank you for everyone who comes across this video.